Hello students, I am Vaibhav Badkar working as biology lecturer in Prerana PU College, Hindwadi, Belgaum. Prerana PU College, it's a small effort by Prerana PU College to help the present 10th standard students to score good marks in their annual examination. Today I have taken up the topic heredity and evolution. It is one of the important chapter in the science textbook of 10th standard, heredity and evolution. And these are some of the concepts students generally they feel very difficult to understand this. So the concept for today's discussion are acquired and inherited traits, speciation, evolution by stages. Evolution should not be equated with progress. So we'll start with the first topic, acquired and inherited traits. Right students, acquired and inherited trait. First of all, what is the meaning of the word trait? Trait means what? Generally you can tell trait as character. Like height is one of the trait. Curly hair or straight hair, it's a trait. Okay, then skin color, trait. Blood group, trait. These all are the traits or the characters. And we have so many characters in our body, and all these characters are controlled by gene. We call it as gene. In a simple sense, genes, they are nothing but they are the parts of DNA. You know what is a DNA? Deoxyribose nucleic acid. Genes are the part of DNA. Each and every character of our body is controlled by the genes or DNA, and they are present on the chromosomes. The genes responsible for our characters are present on the chromosomes. And where the chromosomes are present, you know that chromosomes are present inside the cell. Suppose this is a cell, this is a cell, this is nucleus, and inside the nucleus there are thread-like structures which contain these genes or DNA. Now, first of all, what is this inherited trait? The trait or the character that we get from our parents, or it will move to the next generation. It is called as inherited traits. I will take a simple example for inherited trait. Imagine father and mother. Father and mother. Okay. Say both of them are with blood group O positive. Okay. Both of them are with blood group O. Let us say O. Okay. Now, when they are going to have their children, suppose say, okay, their offspring, I'll write son for example, or maybe daughter. Okay. Now the blood group of this son will be O itself, maybe O positive. Why? Because that character, that trait of O positive, that son inherited from his parents. It came to them from father and mother. Okay, so this is inherited trait. This is inherited trait. Okay, that he got it from his parent. Okay, now how do he get that? We know that, okay, the gametes produced by father, okay, gamete, we call it as sperm, and the gamete produced by mother is egg. Both of them are cell. They are the germ cells. Okay. Both of them are cell. Okay. They contain chromosome with genes. So now whatever character present in father is in this sperm, in this gamete cell. Similarly here in this mother. Okay. when both of them fuse together, sperm and egg fuse together, the process is called as fertilization. And during the process of fertilization, both the character combine, which leads to the formation of zygote, zygote into embryo, and then into the next generation. So son acquired that character from father and mother through these gametes. This is inherited trait, or how we get inherited trait from our parents. Okay. Now let us see what is that acquired trait or the acquired character. Okay. One simple example we'll take. Say an experiment. Okay. Rat on rat. Male rat and female rat. Okay, male rat and female rat. So what we'll do, we will cut the tail of both male and female rat. We will cut its tail. Okay, now we have cut the tail of male rat and female rat. Now those are tailless rats. Tailless rat. Okay, now it's an acquired character. Okay, it is not from their parent. Okay, we have cut it. Now it acquired that character. When you allow them for mating, or you call it as sexual reproduction, they are going to have their offspring. So they are going to have their young ones. Offspring means young one. Now say, okay, for example, some 4 young ones. Okay, 4 young ones. Now all the four will have tail. It's very surprising. Okay, parents, in case of parents, we have cut tail. Okay, we have cut their tail, but here in the young one, they retain the tail. The tail is as it is, they got it. Okay, now again we can go ahead. Okay, again you cross those offspring. Okay, but before crossing, again you cut their tail. Okay, and you cross it. The next generation you get again with tail, you cut their tail, and again you cross it. So like this you do it several times, but every time you will get young one with the tail only. Young one with tail only. Now what is the question? The question is that, okay, why the young one did not come without tail? Because parents were without tail. Why young one did not come without tail? The answer is very simple. Whatever change took place, we cut its tail. Whatever change took place, okay, it happened in its somatic cell. Somatic cells means body cells. Somatic cells means body cells. So the changes can take place in the next generation only if there is some changes in the DNA of the gametes. There should be some change in the genes. Unless and until changes take place in the gene will not alter, gene will not change, and the character will not go to the next generation. So that is the concept of acquired character. So one thing is very clear here, acquired character will not get inherited. Acquired character will not get transmitted to the next generation. Then which character will get transmitted to the next generation? The only thing, any change in the gene or DNA, only that character, because that change has to take place in the gamete, and under that condition you can observe some variation in the next generation. So this is the simple concept of acquired and inherited traits.